There are toys, and then there are freak-out-worthy toys. Toys that get big reactions like...
OMG, no way!
Or...
Best present ever!
Or...
It's what I've always wanted!
For those toys, you need Walmart. They've got exclusives from major brands like Disney, Barbie, and Adventure Force that you can't find anywhere else. Toys that make kids jump for joy.
Thank you!
And make you a hero for giving them. Shop hundreds of exclusive toys.
Yes!
Welcome to your Walmart.
This episode is brought to you by Merrill. Join one of the most iconic names in wealth management, Merrill. You'll be part of a dynamic team of advisors and specialists working hard every day to grow their clients' wealth. And with the support of best-in-class research, advanced digital tools, and the resources of a global institution, it's truly an opportunity you can be bullish about. Learn more at careers.bankofamerica.com. Copyright 2024, Bank of America Corporation.
Welcome to Her Extraordinary Life by Design, where we celebrate women who are shaping their lives one extraordinary day at a time. I'm your host, Leslie Gaudet, self-care coach for women who are ready to make self-care a priority to support them in life and business. Every week, I'll be speaking with inspiring women from various walks of life who will share their personal journeys and will discover how they have fearlessly carved their own paths as business owners, passionately pursuing their dreams and creating a meaningful impact on their communities. So let's get started. You've probably heard it before. There's no such thing as work-life balance. Maybe you've even said it yourself. But what if I told you that work-life balance does exist, just not in the way most people imagine? It's not about perfectly splitting your time between work and personal life. Instead, it's about how you manage your time and energy, how you structure your days, and how you make space for what matters most. In this episode, we're going to redefine what balance really means for high-achieving women like us and talk about how to make it work in real life. Many people think that work-life balance is an even scale, but that's not practical, especially for entrepreneurs and high achievers. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Leslie's Corner, Monthly Musings, here on Her Extraordinary Life by Design. I'm your host, Leslie Gaudet, and today I want to talk about the concept of work-life balance and how I believe that there is such a thing as balance, but again, it's not in the way most people imagine. So what I want to do is talk about 5 key points on how I believe is the best way for me to explain why I believe that work-life balance is not only possible, but achievable as well. The first key point: flexibility in balance. First, let's start by redefining what balance really means. When people think of work-life balance, they often picture it as this perfectly even scale, like spending an equal amount of time on work and an equal amount of time in their personal life every single day. But the reality is, especially for high-achieving women like us, life just doesn't work that way. Some days, work demands more of our time. Maybe you're launching a new project. Maybe you're meeting with clients, or you could be pushing through to meet an important deadline. On other days, your personal life might take the front seat, whether it's attending a school play, your children's recitals or sports activities, spending quality time with your significant other, or simply taking a day for yourself for self-care. When you recognize that balance doesn't mean splitting your time down the middle every day, that it's actually about being flexible with how you show up for what matters most in the moment, then you have a truer understanding and can embrace the work-life balance way of thinking. What I've found is that over time, things even out. Some weeks or seasons might be more work-focused, while others are more personal. And of course, that all depends on how you structure your day so that you can optimize your time and your energy. The goal isn't to achieve perfect balance every day because that's impossible. The goal is to find harmony in both worlds, personal and professional. Think of it like a seesaw. Sometimes work will be heavier. Sometimes your personal life will be, but they balance each other out as long as you're intentional with your time and your energy, and you're giving yourself permission to focus on what's needed without the guilt, without the shame, but with the knowing that your priorities will shift, and that's okay. Because I truly believe that true balance is fluid, not rigid. And that brings me to my second key point: fulfillment over equal hours, which to me is the most important part of this conversation. And that is the idea of balance. Balance isn't about logging an equal number of hours for work and your personal life. It's about feeling fulfilled and present in both areas, no matter how many hours you spend on each. Let's face it, if you're just clocking in equal time, but you're left feeling drained, disconnected, and overwhelmed, you're not actually balanced, are you? The goal isn't just to fit it all in, but to feel good about the time you spend on both your business and in your personal life. You want to be able to switch off from work at the end of the day and fully enjoy dinner with your family without stressing about unfinished tasks, or to dive into a project knowing you've created space to take care of yourself and your loved ones too. Balance is about quality, not quantity. It's about being fully present in your work when you're working, and then fully present in your personal life when you're not. The idea is that you can give your all to both areas without feeling like you're losing yourself in the process, and without feeling like one area is getting more of your attention than the other. So when we talk about balance, we're really talking about the ability to honor both your ambition and your personal needs. Again, it's not about having a 50-50 split. It's about finding that sweet spot where you feel connected, fulfilled, and aligned with what's important to you, both in your work and in your personal life, which then shifts your perspective to one where work-life balance is less about time management and more about how time is experienced. Which brings me to my third key point: energy management over time management. Now, this is something that I believe doesn't get enough attention when we discuss work-life balance. We hear a lot about time management. There are tools that we know about that can help us with time management, like the Pomodoro effect or apps online that help us to track our time. But here's the truth. You can be a master of time management, but if your energy is depleted all the time management in the world won't help you. This is especially true for women, especially high achievers who are juggling multiple roles and responsibilities. Time is a finite resource, but energy is something we can cultivate, protect, and optimize. That's why it's essential to manage your energy, not just your time. If you've ever had a day where you planned everything perfectly, but you still felt drained and unproductive, and at the end of your day, you say to yourself, I have no idea what I did today. I know I worked, but what did I really accomplish? It's likely you felt that way because your energy levels weren't aligned with the tasks you needed to complete. And so you could have found yourself mindlessly moving from one task to the next without truly understanding or paying attention to what you were doing. And this can especially hold true when you are doing repeatable tasks daily that become second nature to you. You just do them and then you move on to the next. It's like when you drive to a familiar destination, but you're not fully focused, almost driving on autopilot. Have you ever arrived somewhere and thought, I remember driving here, but I don't really remember the drive? That's what happens when you go through your day to day without aligning your energy with your tasks. You're just moving from one thing to the next without being fully present. Understanding your energy levels throughout the day is key. For example, you may find that you're most alert and focused in the morning, but your energy dips in the afternoon. First, how would you go about your day if you truly understood your energy cycles? Wouldn't it be wonderful that once you learned to recognize these natural energy leaks and valleys, you could structure your day around them, around your peak energy times? If you're someone who has the most energy in the morning, this could be a pivotal moment for you because this means that tackling your most important high focus tasks during your peak energy time in the morning would allow you to optimize your time and energy, and that by saving your less demanding tasks like answering emails or organizing your workspace, for example, for when your energy is lower, could make all the difference in the world to your productivity and help you learn how to structure your days so that you're not trying to do all the things, leaving little room for a personal life. What I'm trying to say is this. It's not just about fitting more tasks into your day. It's about aligning your energy with the tasks that matter most so that you optimize both your energy and your time. But let's take this a step further because it's not just about managing your energy. It's also about protecting it. We all have what I call energy leaks, those things that drain us without us even realizing it. These could be stress, overwhelm, burnout, which often we don't recognize until we're in it, or even small, seemingly insignificant tasks that slowly chip away at our energy reserves. Energy leaks can happen when we're overcommitted, when we're saying yes to things that don't serve our bigger goals, even when we're afraid to say no, maybe for the simple fear of not being liked if we say no, or when we don't have clear boundaries in place to support us so that we use our time and energy well. And here's the thing. These energy leaks aren't just affecting your work. They're also affecting your personal life, your ability to be present with your family, to enjoy downtime, and to truly feel recharged. The important thing is that by identifying and addressing these energy leaks, you free up mental and emotional space, which creates more room for the things that matter, whether that's growing your business, creating space for and spending quality time with your family and friends, or simply taking care of you. When you stop the energy drains, you're not only going to become more productive in a healthy way, but you'll also be more fulfilled in both your professional and personal life because there won't be this tug of war happening where maybe work overlaps into personal time, leaving you feeling guilty, and where your important family moments that are non-negotiables won't leave you feeling frustrated and resentful for taking you away from your pressing tasks. It's really about finding that balance that works for you that doesn't have to be an equal scale. And when you start focusing on your energy management, you'll notice a shift because not only will you be more productive, but you'll also feel more aligned with the flow of your day and more connected in all areas of your life, personally and professionally. Now let's move on to my fourth key point, the role of boundaries. I believe that boundaries are absolutely critical to maintaining balance in both our personal and professional lives, especially when it comes to time and energy. For many of us, especially if you're a high-achieving woman, the idea of setting boundaries can at times feel really difficult, even uncomfortable at times. You may worry that setting firm boundaries will make you seem less committed to your work, less approachable, viewed as not being a team player, or that you're somehow letting people down. But the truth is, without clear boundaries, you're leaving yourself in a constant state of being always on, trying to meet everyone else's needs while neglecting your own. Boundaries are not about shutting people out or avoiding responsibility. They're about creating that intentional space to protect your time, which is our most valuable commodity. And it allows you to protect your energy and ensure that what's most important to you, both in your personal and professional life, gets the attention that it deserves. For example, blocking out family time in your calendar, just like you would a business meeting, or deciding not to check work emails after a certain hour. Here's the most important piece to that. Holding yourself accountable that if you have yoga at 1 p.m. on Wednesday or 2 p.m. play date with the kids on Friday, that you keep those appointments, because I know it can be really easy to push those things aside when work demands get in the way. But quality of life is not built on your professional accomplishments. It's built on having that balance, work-life balance, that supports you showing up in each area of your life so that you are fulfilled in each area of your life. When you don't have those boundaries in place, everything starts to bleed together, right? You know this happens. You find yourself responding to client requests at dinner time because you have your phone with you and you're checking your messages instead of engaging and bonding with your family. Or you're thinking about work when you should be relaxing and you're left feeling stretched thin in every direction. And here's the thing. When there are no boundaries, it's not just your personal life that suffers. Your work, your business suffers too, because you're not giving yourself the space to recharge, to truly disconnect and be present with the people and moments that matter. I like to think of boundaries as a safety net. They catch you before you fall into burnout, which again, most people don't even think is possible for them until they find themselves knee deep in it and overwhelmed, frustrated, exhausted, irritated. But when you have healthy boundaries in place, your safety net, what this does is it ensures that your time and your energy are being used wisely. Boundaries allow you to be fully present in your business when it's time to work and fully present in your personal life when it's time to disconnect. But without, you're constantly being pulled in multiple directions. And that's what leads to feeling overextended and exhausted, potentially pushing you into burnout, which could have been avoided if you took time to put in those important boundaries. And I feel that I have to say this again so that you really, truly hear me. The real value of boundaries are they protect your energy, because when you set clear boundaries, you're giving yourself permission to say, this is my time to focus on work, and this is my time to focus on me and my family, or me and my self-care. It's about creating healthy, realistic expectations for yourself and others. However, when you don't have these boundaries in place, it's easy to feel like you're always running on empty, that there's never enough time for everything, and you end up sacrificing the things that matter most. The beauty of boundaries is that they act as that filter. They help you prioritize what truly needs your attention, and they allow you to let go of what doesn't. without guilt. So instead of feeling overwhelmed or stretched too thin, you can show up fully in both areas of your life. Your work when it's work time and your personal time, that QT time with your family, both of these areas are supported with the energy and focus you need to thrive. Now let's move on to the fifth and final key point, creating flexibility in your day for quality of life. When we talk about balance, one of the most important things to remember is that it's not about sticking to rigid schedules. True balance is about creating flexibility in your day so that you have room to focus on what matters most, whether it's your business, your family, or even just time for yourself. And also being flexible allows you to understand that when life happens, that you won't beat yourself up if what you had planned for your day changes. Think of it this way. If your schedule is so packed that there's no breathing room for the unexpected, even for moments of joy or for simply taking a break, that's not balance. That's just a rigid plan. And as you know, life doesn't work that way. Things shift, priorities change, and unexpected things happen. That's why flexibility is so critical. It allows you to adjust, pivot, and still maintain control of your time and energy. But here's the thing, balance isn't just about what your day looks like. It's about the bigger picture. I want you to think beyond your daily or weekly schedules and ask yourself this. What do I want my life to look like in a year, 5 years, or even 10 years from today? Why does that matter? Because the way you approach balance today can have a direct impact on your long-term vision. If you're constantly sacrificing your personal life or your health for the sake of business, what kind of life will you have in 10 years? Will you be surrounded by strong relationships? Will you feel fulfilled, energized, and aligned with your true purpose? Or will you feel burned out, disconnected, and regretful about the things you missed along the way? When you're intentional about creating flexibility and balance, you're actually setting the foundation for a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and deeply connected to the things that matter most to you. That could mean building stronger relationships with your family, maintaining your physical and mental health, or achieving personal milestones that are important to you. So again, it's not just about making space for balance now. It's about ensuring that the decisions you make today are supporting the long-term vision you have for your life. Remember this, balance isn't about perfection. It's about creating the space for what matters, both in your life today and in your future vision for your life. Okay. Now that I've told you all of that, I want to leave you some practical tips around time and energy management that can help you maintain balance between your personal and professional life with more ease and flow. Again, it's not about adding more to your plate. It's really about being intentional with how you use your time and energy so that you're showing up fully in both areas of your life without feeling stretched thin and without feeling like one is taking more precedence over the other. So first, one of the first steps in managing your energy effectively is really to understand how it fluctuates through the day. I recommend performing a personal energy audit. Take a few days or even a week to track when you feel most energized and when you experience energy dips. Are you more alert in the morning? Do you hit a slump in the early afternoon? Or maybe you get a second wind later in the day? Once you've identified your natural energy rhythms, you'll have the clarity you need to structure your day around them. This is key for aligning your tasks with your energy levels and creating a work-life flow that feels sustainable. Building on that, it's not just about tracking your energy levels, it's about structuring your day around them strategically. This means taking advantage of those high energy moments for your most important work. For example, if you're someone who has more mental clarity and focus in the morning, block off that time for your deep, high priority tasks, those that require creativity, problem solving, or your full attention. And when your energy dips, you reserve that time for less demanding tasks like answering emails, organizing your workspace, or scheduling meetings that don't require as much mental bandwidth. Instead of focusing on traditional time blocking, where you block out large chunks of time for specific tasks, think about strategic time management in alignment with your energy. It's not about squeezing more into your day. It's about maximizing your time when your energy is at its peak, while also leaving room for recovery when your energy naturally dips. This approach also ensures that you create space for your personal life. For example, block off personal or family time during times when you can be fully present, making them non-negotiable as well. Plan for moments of self-care as well, especially when your body and mind are signaling that they need a break. This way, your time becomes a tool that supports your well-being, not something that works against you. Last but definitely not least, I want to stress again the importance of setting intentional boundaries. Whether it's choosing not to check work emails after a certain hour or blocking out non-negotiable personal time for yourself and your loved ones, boundaries are the guardrails that protect both your time and your energy. Intentional boundaries ensure that you're not constantly in work mode and that you're present in your personal life when it's time to be. They also prevent overwhelm, exhaustion, loss of focus, loss of motivation, which can lead to burnout by giving you the space to recharge and disconnect. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a challenge. Take a moment to reflect on your current definition of balance. Are you still holding on to the belief that balance means perfectly splitting your time between work and your personal life? Or are you ready to redefine balance in a way that truly supports your energy, your goals, and your well-being? I encourage you to try one of the strategies I've shared today. And if you're ready to go deeper and create a personalized plan that fits your unique lifestyle, I invite you to reach out and schedule a complimentary wellness strategy session. During this session, we'll explore your current challenges, goals, and desires, and I'll guide you in creating sustainable habits that protect your energy, maintain your focus, and allow you to thrive both in your personal and professional life. So to get started, all you need to do is just send me an email to schedule your wellness strategy session today. You will find my contact information in the show notes. Remember, balance isn't about perfection. It's about finding what works for you so you can show up fully in all areas of your life, feeling fulfilled and at peace. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep designing your extraordinary life one day at a time. Thank you for joining me on Her Extraordinary Life by Design. I hope you've been inspired and empowered by the incredible stories shared on this show. If you enjoyed this episode and the conversations we've had, I would greatly appreciate if you could take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback and support mean the world to me, and it will help others discover the podcast and join our empowering community. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Together, we can continue to learn from these amazing women, uncover their extraordinary journeys, and be motivated to create our own lives by design. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, stay empowered and keep shaping your extraordinary life one day at a time.
Hi everyone, I'm Geraldine Glass, a leader in the field of music as medicine, and I'm excited to share with you my newest release of healing sound, Pentatonic Visions, with Chris Scholler and Electrocast Records. Immerse yourself in ethereal realms where the harmonies of nature, tribal rhythms, and soundscapes blend with the crystal singing bowls. It's out now, streaming on all platforms.
Hey, heard you like podcasts. Well, check out Dollar Bets. Two sports guys with faces for radio, betting live money against each other on air. That's Dollar Bets with a Z. Find us on the Winner's Edge.
Electrocast.